As we have seen in last video, Genghis Khan forced the empire by uniting the nomadic tribes of the ASEAN steppe and creating a devastatingly effective army based on fast, light and highly coordinated cavalry. Expert horsemen and archers, the Mongol proved unstoppable, defeating armies in Iran, Syria, Russia, Europe, China and many other places. His military achievements were astounding and they were largely a result of his ability to innovate and transform different aspects of steppe combat into extremely effective military strategies. Genghis Khan died in August 12, 27 at the age of 66. Before death, Genghis tried many times to solve looming question of succession. So during campaign against Khwarizm Shah, once he called all his four sons, eldest one Jochi, second Chagatai, third Ogatai, and fourth youngest Toloi, and asked Jochi to put forward his views on succession. Before Jochi could say a single word, Chagatai said he will not follow Jochi as a great Khan because Jochi is not one among them. Why he said so? If you could recall, when Genghis Khan was married in young age, his wife Borte was kidnapped, and when she was recovered, she was already 8 months pregnant, and then Jochi was born. This is the reason Chagatai said that Jochi is not one among them, and he will not follow Jochi as a great Khan. So Changiz decided the best way to keep empire intact was to give each son lands where they could settle and rule as long as they respect Great Khan. So third son Ogedai will ascend to the throne of Great Khan. Jochi promised Persia and Europe, where his son Batu will found Golden Herd, and after Batu, his brother Barke will rule there. Chagatai was given Central Asia, Ogedai was given China, and his son was Guyuk, and then youngest Toloi was given the Mongolia region. He will have four sons, Mongke Khan, Kublai Khan, Hulagu Khan, and Arik Boke. So then Jochi would predecease his father in 1227. The regency was held by Ogedai's younger brother Tolui until Ogedai formally elected at the Kurultai in 1229. So Ogedai became the new great Khan and thus ruler for all the Mongols. The unified empire would endure until 1260 when the four Khanates became fully autonomous. Ogedai further consolidated the Mongol state apparatus by appointing members of the imperial bodyguard and ministers as regional governors. He created postal service, conducted open civil services exam for all, introduced paper currency backed by silver, conducted a census, imposed a proper tax system. He supported culture of religious tolerance, and in 1235 CE, a capital was selected, Karakoram in Mongolia, where construction began. Yam network was expanded, wells were protected along trade routes, traveling merchants were given military protection. So this colossal shift from nomadic to bureaucratic government led to a period of prosperity called Pax Mongolica. In terms of conquest, Ogedai carried right on where his predecessor had left off, and with the help of gifted General Subutai, campaigned against the Jin in 1230-31. Jin capital fell in 1233, and campaign of 1234 CE brought the total and final collapse of the Jin state. Korea was repeatedly raided in this period too. From 1236 CE to 1242 CE, an army of 150,000 men, organized in five separate divisions, marched through Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan to attack Eastern Europe around the Volga River. Victories were gained against the Bulgars, Rus, Poles, and Hungarians in multiple campaigns. If you would recall, the same General Subutai during the time of Genghis Khan also went for campaigning in this area and gained the much needed information regarding this area. The Mongol cavalry became known as the horsemen of the devil. Great cities like Krakow, Buda and Pest were all sacked and looted. Ogedai died in 1241. So let us see again the family tree of Genghis Khan. Yesugai and his wife Hoilun, they were having four sons: Genghis Khan, first Khagan or Great Khan, Khasar, Khachun, and Temuje. And Yesugai with Sochigel were having Belugutai Behtar. Then Genghis Khan with his wife Borte was having four sons: eldest Jochi Khan. His son Batu will found Golden Horde in 1227, and then after Batu's death in 1255, Barke will rule till 66. Then Chagatai Khan will rule the Chagatai Khanate. Ogedai Khan will become second great Khan and will rule between 29 to 41. His son Guyuk Khan will be third great Khan between 1246 to 48. Tolui Khan youngest was having four sons: Mongke Khan, Kublai Khan, Arik Boke, and Hulagu Khan. So, following the great Khan Ogedai's death in 1241, his wife Torijin Khatun ruled as regent until 1246 when she managed to get her son Guyuk elected as the great Khan. This delay was caused because Batu denied to come to Mongolia for Kurultai, citing health problems. So Kurultai delayed, and it happened in 1246 when Guyuk was chosen as Great Khan. Meanwhile, Beki, she was the widow of Tolui and mother of Kublai Khan and Monke Khan. She was a Christian lady. She secretly teamed up with Guyuk's cousin Batu Khan of Golden Horde. The Batu Khan was the senior male in Borjigin tribe and ruler of the Golden Horde. So Beki secretly teamed up with Batu, and when Guyuk died in 1248, Beki sent her eldest son Mongke to Batu Khan. Batu and Beki championed the name of Mongke, who had fought along with Batu in the European campaign as Khagan. So Mongke was named Great Khan, third Great Khan, at the Kurultai organized by Batu in Siberia, and another Kurultai in Mongolia, which was attended by Batu's brother Barke Khan. So the Ogedai and Guyuk's family attempted to overthrow Mongke Khan but failed. Mongke arrested and drowned Guyuk's widow and many other members of Ogedai's family. So this new Khan Mongke, he died in 59. After his death, war broke out between Arik Boke and Kublai. They were brothers. Hulagu was fighting in Il Khanate that time. So war between Arik and Kublai for Great Khan's position for next 4 years, and in 1264, Kublai won that war and became fifth Khan, Khagan or Great Khan. In 1271 CE, Kublai declared himself the Emperor of China and his new order the Yuan dynasty, meaning origin or center. Daidu, present-day Beijing, was made the new capital, with Jeonju, present-day Sangdu, in the northeast being the emperor's summer retreat. The Song were attacked again, but this time Kublai engaged in siege warfare using superior catapults, knowledge acquired from Western Asia. City after city fell over the next 11 years, and with the fall of the capital Linan on 28th March 1276 CE, Song dynasty fell. Again in 19 March 1279, a great naval battle was won at Yeshan, that is near modern day Macau, and the very last Song resistance quest. In this battle, the Mongolian warfare technique was used. Kublai had defeated what all steppe nomads before him had dreamt of: the mighty and immensely rich state of China. Proving as able an administrator as he was a conqueror, Kublai organized his state into 12 provinces and promoted trade through beneficial taxation for merchants. He encouraged the paper money, improved road and canal network to better transport goods, attacked Japan in 1274 and 1281 both would fail as result of staunch local resistance and terrible storms. Undeterred, Kublai launched attack in Southeast Asia with invasions of Vietnam in 1257, 1281 and 1286, Burma 1277 and 1287 CE, and Java 1292 CE, all achieving only mixed results. The descendants of Changiz each ruled a part of the empire called Khanate. The four Khanate, among them the most powerful was Mongol Yuan dynasty in China established by Kublai Khan. Kublai Khan, after having conquered all China and established the Yuan dynasty, died in 1294. He was succeeded by his grandson Timur Khan, who continued Kublai's policies. At the same time, the Toloid civil war, along with Barke-Hulagu war and the subsequent Kaidu-Kublai war, greatly weakened the authority of the Great Khan over the entirety of Mongol Empire. Toloid civil war was fought between Kublai and his brother Arik Boke for the position of Great Khan. Barke Hulagu war, Barke, if you remember, was the brother of Batu Khan and ruler of the Golden Horde. He converted to Islam in 1252. He sat on throne in 1257. And despite knowing his religious inclination, Hulagu destroyed the Baghdad in 1258. From there started the dispute. That was Barke Hulagu dispute. And then Kublai also had dispute with Kaidu, his cousin, regarding control of Mongolia. So these disputes greatly weakened the authority of the Great Khan over the Mongol Empire. So the empire fractured into autonomous khanates, the Yuan dynasty and three western khanates, the Golden Horde, this is Golden Horde of Batu Khan and Barke Khan, the Chagtai Khanate of Chagtai, the Ilkhanate of Jochis and then Hulagu Khan. Only the Ilkhanate remained. This Ilkhanate remained loyal to the Yuan court, but it also endured its own power struggle in part because of a dispute with growing Islamic factions within the southwestern part of the empire. The Golden Horde, this is Golden Horde, Khanate of Golden Horde, centered on the western Eurasian steppe, was founded by Batu Khan around 1227 CE. Batu Khan was the son of Jochi Khan. It would outlast all the others, officially terminating in 1480 CE. But from the mid 14th century CE, the Russians and Lithuanians were resurgent in the area. The Ilkhanate, centered on Persia, was founded by Hulegu in 1260. This is Ilkhanate. It would be constantly threatened by its southeastern neighbor, the Mamluk Sultanate, and disintegrated due to dynastic dispute in 1335 CE. Then Chagatai Khanate was established by Chagatai, the second son of Changiz, and would remain the most truly Mongol state where nomadic roots proved difficult to shake off. Again, dynastic disputes brought its collapse in 1363 CE. And the Great Khan Khanate or Yuan dynasty of Kublai Khan, this was the most powerful Khanate, and but it was also taken over by Ming dynasty of China in 1368 CE. So eventually the Mongols became part of the sedentary societies they had so easily overwhelmed, and many converted from traditional shamanism to Tibetan Buddhism or Islam. This was a general symptom of the Mongols not only losing part of their cultural identity but also their famed military prowess. As the four Khanids all succumbed to damaging dynastic disputes, constant fight with each other in border disputes, and the armies of their rivals. The territories of Ilkhanate and Chagatai Khanate, this is Ilkhanate, this is Chagatai Khanate, territories of both of these were taken over by Timur or Tamerlane, who was the founder of Timurid Empire, and even Yuan China succumbed to civil wars from rival groups and with a weak economy, famines, and localized rebellions. So the Ming dynasty was able to take over China in 1368. So this was about political history of Mongols. We'll continue this topic in next video. Take care. Bye.